chosen ones, empaths, and all the genuine souls out there. The aftermath of the narcissist, okay, when you've gone your separate ways, you're still grieving, you're still hurting. The thing is, you're very vulnerable. You're very vulnerable at that time. You may not realize it, but you are very vulnerable. And toxic individuals, other narcissists, things like this will gravitate towards you, you see. You see, necessarily, it doesn't even have to be that you've gone through a narcissistic relationship. You may have had a troubled childhood, okay? And narcissists that are involved in your life or potentially involved in your life will prey on that. But this is the same thing as the abuse that you've gone through in your previous experience. And it's not necessarily always just a romantic partner, the new narcissist that infiltrates your life. It could be a friend, it could be a boss, it can come in any way, okay? So be cautious of it, all right? But there's a cycle. I've seen a pattern, okay, with the victims of narcissistic abuse. They seem to end up in other toxic relationships, okay, of whatever kind, okay? And this is because the healing hasn't been done. And also, I can understand you being in a place seeking comfort, seeking companionship, and you're in a place and you desire that. That's okay. It's a natural emotion. But there's a lot of narcissists out there and toxic individuals, just deranged weirdos, okay? The thing is I've spoken to people who have took extremely long lengths of time away from relationships, okay? And I'm talking years. They've taken years away. In sessions I've spoken to them, they've taken years away. And further down the line, after some years, they've got into a new relationship and it's been with a narcissist. So you can never drop this guard down, okay? But you need to embrace that the awakening, whatever narcissist it was in your life, that's your awakening, okay? You need to reflect on your past. When you go through the narcissistic abusive experience, reflect on your past, because a lot of the times there's someone in your past that was toxic or narcissistic, okay? And there's plenty of them around as opportunists afterwards, okay? And this is what happens. They infiltrate your life based upon your vulnerability. Now, you've got to embrace this. Let's talk in the romantic sense now. When a narcissist, narcissists often talk about their past a lot, okay? They'll talk about their previous relationships and things like that. And that's because they're still not healed from them, okay? That's why they're talking about it, but it's on their mind a lot more than they're even letting on that they're talking about it. So if you end up in a relationship with a narcissist involved in your life and you don't realize they're a narcissist yet, and they're talking about their past and you're talking about your past, they know sincerely that you're not healed as well, okay? They know that. They know that's the truth. As much as they're enjoying confiding in you, okay, about their past and playing the victim and stuff like that, they're also hearing about you. So they know you're not over your past, and also they're hearing information that they can later use against you. And that's why I strongly advise you, okay, I can understand it's natural, okay? A lot of the times the victim of narcissistic abuse ends up in another situationship, another relationship, another kind of dysfunctional relationship after the narcissist. This is very common. And if we can collectively try to eradicate if we can try and eradicate that happening, okay, or potentially stop people from ending up in a repeat cycle, because this cycle doesn't just necessarily end after one person. There can be a whole cycle of these people, all right? And probably if you look back in your past, you'll notice that you might have had a toxic supervisor at work, or a toxic boss, or a narcissistic boss, okay? Things like this, you'll realize that these people have been gravitating towards you the whole time, okay? Putting you in their scope, making you the target, okay? You could have gotten in trouble at work, or being scapegoated at work, or anything, right? There's a pattern to this. It's not just this romantic relationship that you was in. A lot of the times there's other ones, okay? And you just have to be careful, okay? It's like when you went into these relationships with the narcissist that was involved in your life previously, you was asleep and now you're awake. And I know it's painful. Being awake is painful. But would you rather go back to sleep? Like, you can go back to sleep. That's what you need to watch out for. When everything's heightened emotions, everything's in the air, you might not watch narcissistic videos. And I'm not just saying this so you watch videos, okay? I'm trying to say, like, don't forget what you learn from your own experience, from any videos on this channel or any other channels alike. Don't forget what you've learned and have it at the forefront of your mind. Even if you're one of these people who decides to focus on themselves, like, this is why I advise you to do what I always advise you to do. Focus on yourself, do your own thing, focus on your purpose, focus on your meaning, focus on your career, focus on your children, focus on these things. Like, be careful, even if you do take a period of time out, like a longer period of time out away from relationships, they will still be waiting further down the line. Okay? And then they're going to be gravitating towards you because you're vibrating so high. You see, these other ones, when you was hurt and they've infiltrated your life, they were gravitating towards you because you were still vulnerable. Further down the line, if you take some time out and you heal, they're going to be gravitating towards you because you've got strength, because you're built up again, because you're shining brightly. Okay? And that's what's going to naturally happen through the process. You're going to be doing well, and they'll be gravitating towards you then. So you've got to have a meticulous vetting process to anyone you encounter in your life. Like, it can be you realize that you don't have a lot of real ones around you. This is what you need to focus on after the narcissistic abuse. Don't just solely focus on a narcissist that was involved in your life. Realize that there's not a lot of real ones around you. Okay? Maybe the real ones you can count on one hand. Okay? Might be some family, might be some friends, might be some colleagues. Like, you can probably count some real ones on one hand. That is this world. All right? It's a sad state of affairs, but just be careful. Like, God's giving you wisdom now from an experience. Wisdom. The universe is giving you wisdom and experience from this narcissist that's involved in your life to use in your future. And if it means you have to go through life and cut people off, okay, that you start affiliating with because you see toxic patterns, that's what you got to be watching out for. Meet someone new, you could talk to them, you can smile. They're being cunning, these narcissists, smiling in your face and deceiving you behind your back and doing all these things. Got sinister intentions for you, all of that. So you, same way, or you can still be authentic and genuine and pure and truthful and transparent and all the rest, but just be aware and conscious that you could potentially be dealing with another narcissist, and just don't get too affiliated too quick. Don't lay with people too quick. All right? Don't get involved with people too quick. Don't make business decisions with someone too quickly. Okay? Think about things. Take things slow. It's all about moving slow. The world's fast-paced. It's very fast-paced, and it's rushing to work and rushing in traffic and things like that. It is fast-paced, this world. But you need to slow down sometimes with things like relationships, friendships, whatever. You need to take this seriously, okay? And study these people, because they're studying you. The narcissists are studying you so intensively. Okay? So just embrace that. During this aftermath of a narcissistic relationship, you will be vulnerable and subject to other narcissists trying to infiltrate your life. I've spoken to many people, they've run into other narcissists that have potentially infiltrated their life or infiltrated their life afterwards. Okay, there seems to be a pattern. I see this all the time, and there's something that you can do to focus on yourself. Don't feel incomplete because you haven't got your significant other, or you haven't got a group of friends around you, or you haven't got family. Like, don't feel like you have to have these things. Okay, the lone wolf, all right, is alone for a period of time until it unites with its pack. Okay, until it's finest pack, then it'll be the pack leader now, and it'll have its offspring and this and that. It'll have his pups or whatever like that, the wolf pups, and you know what I'm saying. So sometimes you have to roll solo and be a lone wolf for a period of time. It's not forever, okay? But just remember, like I said, this doesn't go away. I've spoken to someone that took years out, like I said, and still a narcissist infiltrated their life after a number of years. So it doesn't go away, okay? And that person said maybe they didn't think they'd fell back to sleep, but maybe they fell back to sleep to some degree. That's what they said to me. They felt like they fell back to sleep. They didn't entirely fall back to sleep because they were actually still aware of narcissists and watching narcissist content and stuff like that. But they felt like they fell back to sleep. Okay, slightly. So at the forefront of your mind has got to be an analysis of these people that you encounter. Okay, it's all a lesson. I know it's a harsh lesson. None of you deserve to go through what you went through. None of you did, but it's happened. It's the cards that you was dealt, and you have to use it to your advantage. Extract the wisdom, extract the knowledge, and put it in to your planning for the future, into your eyesight, into your heart, into your mind, into your soul, into your vision, into everything. You have to keep firm to this and realize there's a lot of them out there. Okay, there's so many of these creatures out there. Toxic individuals, narcissists, sociopaths, psychopaths. There's loads of them out there. All right, and I don't want. Oftentimes, the victim of narcissistic abuse blames themselves. This is the thing. This is very common. You blame yourself. You think you've done wrong. You analyze things. This is the reason why you analyze and self-reflect and all of that is because you're a good person. No one's perfect. Okay? Sometimes some of the things you've done, like when you act out a character or something like this, it can be what the narcissist has done to you. So really understand that they can make you act out a character. They do reactive abuse. Look into reactive abuse. Reactive abuse will make you understand what narcissists do. Okay, I've got videos on it, but you can check them out. Like they try to trigger you. All right. So just embrace you're very vulnerable, and look, face it, right? If you're not healed from the narcissist, even if you met someone genuine, it's not. They don't deserve to be around you when you're not healed. They deserve to be around you when you're healed, right? And like I said, a narcissist isn't gonna is gonna know that you're not healed, so you're not fully invested in it. Even a narcissist will figure that out, but they'll still use you and see you as vulnerable and try and exploit you. So just watch out, because there's a lot of them out there afterwards, okay? So take your time. There's no rush in this dating world, friendships, whatever. Okay, there's no rush for these things. These things will come in good time. All right? And there'll be more meaningful things. Okay, if you strategize and look for meaningful relationships, like actually healthy ones, and cut off any fakes and snakes and deviants along your way. Cut them off immediately. All right? You know what I mean? You gotta cut a lot of people off, really, if you've got a lot of people around you. Okay? it's a good thing. And people that are not on your level, you know what I'm saying, don't give them the time of day. Don't give them the time of the day. And people that you meet, new people, don't give them the time of day. Don't let them in too quickly. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you'd like to book a one-to-one session myself, or you would like to check out spiritual channel, you can find the links in the description box below. And lastly, if you would like to donate or support to the channel, you don't have to, but if you'd like to, the links for that are in the description box below as well. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.